Good evening. I'm Anne Kadure. Welcome to today's session. We'll be tackling about foods and beverage fuels that are used in catering premises. We'll start by definition of fuel. This is these are the energy sources used in various stages. Examples are charcoal, firewood, oils, gas, and electricity. We come to say the advantages and disadvantages of various types of fuel that are used. We'll start by electricity. Electricity, they are clean and easy to use, provide a, provide precise control over temperature and cooking. They are suitable for indoors. These are the most suitable for indoors activity and indoors cooking. They are clean also and cooking. The most disadvantages is that you can't use electricity when there is power outage, and electricity is quite expensive considering the bills that will come with the usage. The second one is solid fuels. As we know, for solid fuels, these are charcoals and oils. The advantages, they are faster to use, provide a smoky flavor to food, and it is not expensive. The wood is not expensive, so it's suitable for, and it's quite faster when using. The most disadvantageous thing when using wood or cooking charcoal, it can be messy, considering the soot and the smoke. When cooking, it's quite messy, and it requires quite a lot of maintenance since you can't leave it while cooking. You might leave it and you you find your food that are burnt, so it requires a lot of maintenance. The third one, they are liquid fuels. That's examples are kerosene and diesels. So they are suitable for portable for stoves, heaters, provide heat quickly, burns cleanly with minimal emissions, and can be used for variety of cooking application. Disadvantage, they are quite expensive to purchase, produce a lot of fumes, making it unsuitable for indoors. It requires specialized equipment to use. Tanks need to be regularly refilled. That is, for example, when using this kind of fuel, you need a lot of oxygen in the room since they produce a lot of carbon dioxide and carbon monoxide in the room. The third one is the natural gases. Natural gases, these are examples of biogas. They clean burning to use. They are clean, efficient, provide instant heat, and easy to use. But they have also the disadvantage, which is it requires constant supply. If you can't constantly regulate or constantly supply the cow dung and the manure that is used in biogas, it can't light. Also, it may not be available in all areas, and not all the time that is quite available. Like when it is very cold, we can see that using biogas it's not the best method since it's it doesn't light when it's cold. We have factors to consider when selecting fuels for catering establishment. That is the first one, efficiency of the item. Consider the efficiency of that item that you're going to use in that catering premises. Hygiene practices also there. It's the most important thing to consider. Hygiene practices it's required in that kitchen that you're using. Also, availability of that item. Consider its availability so that you can to constantly be able to constantly acquire it without so much strain. Safety use and maintenance of the fuel. It's also necessary to consider. Consider the fuel of that, the cost of that fuel. Buy fuel that is within your means. not something that is beyond your means. Type of establishment. Also consider the type of establishment that is needed to buy that type of fuel, so that you can be able to buy is quite something that is quite standard with the establishment that you are in. Also, we are going to see about heat. Heat, this refers to the form of energy application that can be used to cooking or preserving foods or processing. That's examples, uh, examples of heat that is, it comes in different forms. That is, so let us see about the natural gas. Natural gas, we are good. So, forms of heat. They come in different forms, that is radiation, convection, and conduction, of which radiation is the heat transfer from the sun to the earth. That is the the form of electromagnetic waves that they transfer directly to the earth. That's how the heat is transferred to us. The conventional way transferred through the movement of fluids, liquid and gases, and the conduction transferred through direct physical contact between objects and substances. And substances. Factors to consider in energy conservation, we have operating hours. Consider the operating hours that you need so that you can be able to know the type of heat conservation or how to conserve your energy. Consider also staff training is the other important factor. You have to train your staff on the use of different equipment so they can know how they can be able to conserve that energy and be able to regulate it. Review of cooking procedures. Always review of cooking procedures. You can't cook something that requires a lot of hours with type of electricity or gas. You have to consider that cooking procedures. If it requires a lot of hours to cook, get the cooking item or the fuel that can maintain that cooking procedure. Also, replace equipment that can damage to avoid accidents. Always constantly replace the equipment. And also, another important thing, always do the maintenance of that cooking fuel, that gas, that electricity. Do the maintenance regularly so that you can be able to check where there is faults and to be able to avoid any accident that can be caused in this type in the kitchen. Also, this this type of energy that is used regularly, it can be able to you can be able to always know how to conserve. The moment you know the cooking procedure that is needed in that item, you are able to decide and determine also the cooking, how to conserve that cooking energy that is to be used. Okay, we have come to the end of our today's lesson and today's session. Thank you, listeners, for the participation. Thank you. See you another time.